Today I get to talk with author Brandy Gleason. I'm really excited about this interview. She just has so much fun stuff to share with us about our own state here, about Ohio. How are you today, Brandy?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, I just randomly, well, I know we talked about this earlier, maybe not randomly, I happened to read your email about a book that you had coming out, and I just thought, well, that sounds so interesting, and I'd love to have her on. So thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
So tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got into doing writing, travel writing, all the things that you do.
Okay, well, that's a loaded question.
I bet. I bet it is.
So the short story is I have 8 children, surprise, and I was homeschooling them.
Okay.
And the online school that we were using closed randomly in 2018. And my husband said, I said, what are we going to do?
What are we going to do?
So we decided to take a backcountry hike into the Rocky Mountain National Park, and we started a blog, which was GleasonFamilyAdventure.com, but it was GleasonFamilyAdventure.wordpress.com at the time because that was free.
Right, exactly.
And then I started an Instagram account to download our photos into a chat book, and people thought it was great information, and they've followed along since then.
That's so much fun.
Yeah.
And so now it is GleasonFamilyAdventures.com.
Yes.
What is the last blog that you put out? What's the most recent family adventure?
The funny story is now that I'm an author, I write for a lot of different publications, and so Gleason Family Adventure gets to be my fun place to share. So I've been doing a lot of Christmas content because Christmas is coming.
It is coming, and you were actually just in Frankenmuth, Michigan, correct?
Yes.
And they have a lot of holiday stuff, correct?
Yes,
am I right?
Right on. So
okay.
Bronner's Christmas store, it's the largest Christmas store in the United States, is in Frankenmuth, Michigan. And I just wanted to take people there so they could see this beautiful place filled with all the amazing things about Christmas. And so we took about 21 people with Prime Tours, and we had an amazing trip. And we're already doing a 2025 trip.
That's so much fun. And that kind of it goes along with your Facebook page that's called Ohio Road Trips, correct?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that Facebook page.
So in 2020, we all know what happened in that wonderful year.
We do.
And I knew a lot of great places in Ohio where people could take their family and go for a picnic or a park or just a ride. And so I thought, I'll just start this Facebook group, and maybe a few people will follow along and find some things to do as a family. And here we are, 1.1 million people later, still following along, finding all kinds of amazing things to do in Ohio.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
1.1 million people later. How long have you had that group for?
So not very long. So like 2021, 2020, somewhere around there. Yeah.
That's incredible.
I know.
What is one of your favorite road trips? I'm sure that's also a loaded question, but your favorite Ohio road trip for our viewers, if they're going to take one road trip, what should they go do?
One road trip. So every road in Ohio, of course. Now, if I would get in my car and it's summertime, I usually will drive north because I'm in central Ohio, and I'll come up to the lake. Okay. I really think there's beautiful scenery. You can also take a boat over to Put-in Bay and ride around in a golf cart. So your road trip doesn't have to just be in a car. You can go around Put-in Bay in a golf cart.
I love that. And that's especially great for us because for us, it's only an hour away to get up to the lake. And that's a nice, easy road trip for us. Yep. And I think we do sometimes forget that we have that so close. And so get in that car and go.
I know. It's just beautiful up there.
It's great. And so out of that time, this book came out of that 2020, 2021 time, correct?
Yes. So all my friends were all travel writers, and suddenly we couldn't write about travel anymore because we didn't want people to be traveling. And so we collaborated on a book called Midwest Road Trip Adventures, and it's actually about scenic byways in every Midwest state and things to do along those. It's great.
That is so much fun. And it is truly something that anybody can go do if they have a car. You can get in the car, and it's not super expensive. These are things that people can go visit and just enjoy as a family. So
absolutely.
I love that.
And it's scenic.
And it's scenic, and it's beautiful. And even from the pictures, I want to go visit some of these places. So that's wonderful. So, and you have a couple other books.
I do.
That have come out recently. This one, very recently.
Yes.
100 Things to Do in Ohio Before You Die. Tell us about this one, Brandy.
Okay.
So fun.
This one, they actually wanted me to write first, but I wrote the other one first because I wanted to write something niched, because the first book, you don't know what you're doing.
Exactly.
And so this one was born out of the second one. And this one hits every part of Ohio. So whatever you're looking for restaurants, there's places to go, shopping, museums, everything. And these are the top, it says 100, but because I'm an author, I'm creative.
Right.
So there's over 200 things to do in the book.
Yeah, you got to shove those extra things in.
Surprise.
Yeah. I love that. I was just chatting with someone yesterday, and I think it's so often we don't know all of these wonderful things that are right in our backyard. This person lives in Akron, and I was telling her about a few different places in a different neighborhood of Akron, and she's like, how have I never been there? She's writing them down. I need to go to these new restaurants. I need to go. And I feel like this is the same kind of thing. These are places in Ohio that we can probably drive to.
Yes.
Very easily and go see.
Yes, and one of the things I think that I really try to lean into is small towns. We love big towns. There's plenty of that in there, but these small towns have such hidden gems, and I know that's a cliche, but it really is true.
Yeah.
You don't know it's there, and all of a sudden you get there and you're like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing. So some people know about Castle Noel in Medina, Ohio, but a lot of people had no idea that place existed. The first time I went through it, I was absolutely amazed. I mean, picture windows from New York.
I just drove by it the other day, and I know about it, but I've never been in it, and I was like, why have I never been down here? This literally is 45 minutes from me. Such an easy drive.
And the people who own it, Mark Claus and Dana Claus, that is truly their last name, but it's spelled with a K. They have poured their life into it, and it's absolutely amazing.
That's amazing. So that's a hidden gem.
It is.
Can you tell us a few more for our Akron, Northeast Ohio? I would love you to, if you can stay Akron-centric, that would be even better for me. Or maybe a little bit outside.
Can I do like Youngstown,
yes,
Northeast
you can
Ohio,
go within
Cleveland?
try to go within 45 minutes.
Okay, so
Youngstown, Cleveland are okay.
My favorite find of all time, as I was working on the book, is called Pastimes Arcade. It is in Girard, Ohio.
Okay.
So not far from here.
No.
Probably 45 minutes. It is an arcade that has over 600 retro pinball machines and games that you can go and play for $20. It's a $20 entrance fee. You can play all day. You can come and go, so you can play till you would get hungry, and then you can go get something to eat, and then you can come back and play some more. It is, my husband and I love pinball, and it just brought back so many of those memories of playing pinball as a kid. And they are actually in the Guinness Book of World Records for the most machines owned. So it is very, very unique.
Tell me the name of that again.
Pastimes Arcade.
Pastimes Arcade in Girard, Ohio. Yes. I actually have family in Girard, so we're going to have to
it's in the old grocery store.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
There was a place, I lived in New Hampshire for a few years, and there was a place very similar. And that's one thing, when we came back to Ohio, my husband loved to go to this arcade in New Hampshire. So we'll have to go. Pastimes Arcade in Girard. Yeah. Tell us your very favorite restaurant find. I'm sure that's going to be so hard. So maybe not very favorite, but just one of the amazing restaurants that you have found.
So I'm actually working on a book called Unique Restaurants and Eateries of Ohio. That's the newest book that will be coming out next year.
Great.
So you're
look forward to
hitting
that.
right on all the cylinders. It's so difficult to pick out just one or two things. But let me just say, you guys here in the northeast part of Ohio have the food scene locked up.
We do have some good food.
You really do. And the Italian food that you guys have here, I am on a mission today to try Barberton chicken. Yes, I have never had it. I've heard it's very unique, and it's only found really right here in the Akron area. So maybe you can tell me your favorite place to find that before I leave.
Okay, I'm going to think about it.
Put you on the hot seat. And restaurant, there's also Taggart's ice cream that you guys have here in the area. So you guys just really have so many amazing
We do.
things.
As you're saying this, I want to send you to Showcase Meats.
Okay.
Okay, and I want to send you to Scoops.
Is that ice cream?
If you have not been there. And there's so many more places that I could say, but those are two that really stand out to me, and they're in the same area. So maybe you could, drop by a couple places.
Sure.
and check them out. They kind of stand out to me.
Awesome.
So.
Yes, I will definitely check them out.
All right. That sounds awesome. So let's share what's going on Sunday. You're going to stay in this area. You're going to show us a really cool t-shirt.
Yeah. So I had this made from Sweet Memories Vintage Tees. It's in Girard, Ohio, area. It is a retro candy and toy shop.
Oh my gosh.
So if you're ready to go Christmas shopping, this is the place to go. My husband and I went there recently, and they had them Rock'em Sock'em robots that we used to play with as kids.
Fun.
They have all the things that you had as a child. So, and they also make this great shirt. And we like to say on the back that Ohio road trips made me do it. So we gave a list of all kinds of neat, sweet places to go and try. So I'll be there.
People can go to
Sweet Memories Tees and Candy, and I'll be there on Sunday from noon to 2.
How fun. And so they could meet you. They
yes.
can pick up books.
We'll be signing books. You can get a t-shirt. And I would just love to meet, if you follow Ohio Road Trips and you've been part of my journey, I would love to meet some of you guys out there.
How wonderful.
Yeah.
I love that you're doing that. And then they could also go to that the
Pastimes Arcade.
Pastimes Arcade. So you could make a whole trip of it.
Oh my goodness, there's so much to do in
Brandy
this area.
And get a t-shirt and a book and then head over to Pastimes Arcade. Tell me again, where are you going to be at?
It's called Sweet Memories Vintage Tees and Candy.
Sweet Memories Vintage Tees and Candy. I'm going to say it a few times so that you guys can pick it up, and tell us the time one more time.
It'll be from noon until 2 on Sunday.
Noon until 2 on Sunday this weekend.
Yes.
All right, that's really exciting. Super fun. So we've talked books. We've talked t-shirt on Sunday. I want to talk just a little bit about your blog and your family adventures. I know you said you're a little bit separated from that now because your kids have grown up, yes?
Yes, so they are 17 to 32. We just took Abby on a cruise. That's our youngest one.
That's fun.
So I'm writing about, on the blog there'll be something about, how to go cruising with your teenager.
Ooh,
because,
that's a good one.
Because, you think about cruising, you kind of want to just take your significant other, and you think, oh, a teenager, they're really going to be a drag. But we had an amazing time. We went to a private island called Perfect Day Coco Cay, and it was absolutely amazing. So we still do a lot. I have actually 5 grandchildren. So the journey hasn't stopped.
Ended.
It actually just evolves as you get older. It just changes a little. So it's really fun to take the grandkids to the zoo lights and to different things. So it hasn't stopped. It's just changed a little.
That's fun. So people can find all of your stories still
Absolutely.
at GleasonFamilyAdventures.com.
Yep.
And then also on Facebook at Gleason Family Adventures and at Ohio Road Trips, yes?
Yes, absolutely. Ohio Road Trips isn't just me, though. The beautiful thing about that is it's a community of people. I say I have a whole bunch of friends online who love to share their adventures. So we encourage that, and we love it when people become part of the family of Ohio Road Trips and share all the amazing things in their community.
That's really beautiful. Anything else that you want to share? Do you have a website link or social media links beyond what I just shared?
Yes. No, just Gleason Family Adventure. We're on Instagram and on Facebook, and Ohio Road Trips is the same on Instagram and Facebook. So
great.
Please follow along.
All right. Thank you so much, Brandy.
You're
It
welcome.
was a joy having you. As we're wrapping up, I love to do little words of wisdom. What would you say to someone who has a bunch of kids and is nervous about traveling? What would you say to them?
Ooh, the best thing I've ever learned is pack your patience. Even if you only have one child, pack your patience. And it's those moments where something isn't going quite right and you have to pause that actually we found some of the most fun adventures is because we had to stop and we actually took a minute to look around and we found something neat and unique. So that's my wisdom for you.
I really love that. I have 3 of my own, and I need to pack my patience a lot of the time. So I'm gonna tuck that into my brain here.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. Whether you have 1 or 8, that's a good key note for people for sure. And it makes things more fun when you can just take that moment to be patient, and then you get to go on with your road trip or whatever you're doing.
Just be in the moment.
Be in the moment. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate having you. Thank you guys so much for watching. We had a great time here on Good Morning Akron. Make sure you stay tuned. We've got more great stuff coming up next.